he starts a new relationship to an extent in the episode. Where do you think his heart is currently, and how conflicted is he about his relationship with Barbara and her absence in his life?
Well, I think Barbara leaving him abruptly and just writing him a Dear John letter and vacating the premises, it's a real punch in the gut to him. I think he really had
I've heard so much about you.
it's probably traumatic in a way. You know, didn't have much of a personal life to begin with, and to have what's left of the carpet pulled out from underneath him is shocking and troubling, and I imagine it leaves him even more lonely than he was before. So when he meets Dr. Tompkins, there was a nice line in the script of the episode that airs on Monday. It's when they're alone at the end of the episode. It's just two lonely people together. It's not that their relationship doesn't have meaning. It's actually a deep meaning, but it is also takes on an urgency of its own because of how alone they are, each of them. They are kindred spirits in a world of good people in a world full of bad, and there aren't many of them around. So when they actually meet, it's just this powerful connection.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as viewers know that Barbara did attempt to call in Poison Ivy, picked up the phone.
I love that scene, by the way. One of my favorite lines is Claire Foley, who plays Ivy, saying to Cameron, Selena is yelling to her, "I'm making them." She's like, "Okay, but no, man, I'm a vegan. No cheese in it, I'm a vegan," or whatever. So, yeah, she tried, right?
Yeah.
Barbara tried.
So, in what you filmed so far, is that being addressed? Is her misconceptions about what's going on with Jim addressed at all, or is that something still that's yet to play out?
Well, I mean, we're telling with the Jim-Barbara relationship is always intended to be a tragic love story, a noirish love story. Those don't tend to end well, and so we're seeing it unspool in that way. Often in a noir, people are victims of circumstance. They don't get what they want, or they get what they want and it doesn't do what they expected it to do for them. But everyone is kind of moved by the hand of fate, and they are not in control of their own destinies. So the misconnections between the two of them on both sides is important and is purposeful. In terms of Jim, I mean, she left him. So
yeah.
Morally, he feels pretty unencumbered. It's not like, what is he going to sit around for years waiting for his fiancée to mysteriously appear? He reached out to her, tried to get a hold of her, couldn't. She disappeared, and so he feels alone, but when the opportunity presents itself with Dr. Tompkins, he goes for it.
The Falcone and Fish situation is kind of blowing up in an epic way in Monday's episode. What can you say about how Jim is dealing with the fallout of it?
Well, I think Jim knows enough not to get too involved in the turf war between competing factions. There's not a lot of margin in picking sides for the most part. That being said, he has a relationship with Penguin from the beginning of the show that's complicated and contentious, but useful. And so he will use Penguin for the things that Penguin can be good at, influencing people, getting information, coercing information out of people. So, and of course Penguin on his side sort of flatters himself that Jim is his friend. And so it's a really kind of fun, bizarre dynamic that develops between the two of them. But the new Jim is not above using people like Penguin to get what he wants.